back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Bonnie and this is my channel where I talk about all things lifestyle and DIY. So if you're interested in either of those, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. Today is going to be part 2 or video 2 of Landon and Adrian's Valentine's Day treats. So if you guys missed the first one, make sure you click up here so you can watch that one and then come back to this video to get another idea of a non-traditional, non-candy Valentine's Day treat for school. So if you guys want to see that, just keep watching. Alright, so for these supplies, you are going to need an alphabet resin mold, otherwise some sort of other mold that you want to use for these Valentine's Day treats. And then I didn't have stir sticks, so I used plastic knives, some cups, and then you'll need a scale, or I used a scale. Typically you don't use a scale when you use resin, but I do. And then you're going to need the resin of your choice. I will link everything that I got from Amazon down below. So I decided to get this alphabet resin mold from Amazon. It did come with a lot of things that you'll need to turn these into some really nice keychains. So it came with the keychain loop, and then it also comes with the little eye hook. I think that's what it's called, eyelet hook, something like that. And then it also comes with the attaching piece, which is these little circles, and I'll show you guys how to use that later on in the video. So these are the little eye hooks that screw into the resin keychain, and then it also came with this tool that came with some drill bits, I guess, and then you use that in order to screw in those little eyelet hole things. Like I said, I didn't have the right cups. I usually use taller cups, but these are what I had on hand, and I normally use like wooden dowels for stir sticks. Didn't have those, so I used some knives, and then I don't recommend that, but you need some gloves. I got a scale, and then I got this epoxy off of Amazon as well, and you can get something smaller because you definitely don't need this much. And then I also got all of these colors for the resin, mica powder, that's what they're called. And then you're also going to need a heat gun. So everything I pretty much am sure that I got it from Amazon. So what you're going to start off doing is, I use a scale for this exact reason, but some people will say probably not use a scale because you're not always going to have the same amount, or like the resin weighs differently. So one of them is like the hardener, and then one of them is like the epoxy, so they don't weigh the same, like they have a different density. But anyways, so I just measure out the same exact weight in ounces when I use my scale and I put it into the cup. I have no method for this, so you can do hardener first, you can do epoxy first, but I just kind of mix it in. And then you definitely do not want to use a plastic knife. Do not do what I did, because this will create more air bubbles, which is more work for you in the long run. But after it's all mixed up and the resin is clear, you can go ahead and add some mica powder in and then gently stir it as well. And these are the colors that Landon ended up choosing for his project. So now he has some gloves on, I've got some gloves on, and we are kind of just mixing and pouring all of these colors. He wanted to be able to pick and choose which friends got what colors, because he knows his classmates a lot more than I do, so he was able to kind of customize it to their names. So that's what we're doing here. We are making keychains for Valentines for his classmates, but we are doing it based off of their first name. So you definitely will need, you know, a roster of the kids when you want to do something like this. And if you guys watched the first video, you could totally make some DIY melted crayons in the shape of the letter of their first name as well. That would be another option for these. Like, you can do so much with these silicone molds, not only like used for resin. I really think Landon enjoyed doing this project because he was able to really customize it for his classmates. So I think he had a lot of fun doing that. So in the beginning, we wanted to only pour the alphabet letters that were going to be used for his class, but after we realized we mixed way too much resin, we decided just to kind of pour it all into the entire mold. And now I'm just taking the heat gun and I'm popping any of the air bubbles that are on the surface. I kind of go back every couple of minutes to do this. You don't want to use the heat gun too long in one spot because you can overheat the resin and then it will not set properly. So after 24 hours, I was able to peel the resin out of the mold, and that is what they look like. And then I use this drill, this tool thing that came with it. You can't really see it. It doesn't focus very well on it. But I used that to go ahead and drill a little tiny pilot hole in order to attach the keychain. I opted for like the top left corner of the letter if it had one. Otherwise it was centered for like the letter O or the letter I. After you have the pilot hole, you take the little eyelet screw and then you screw that into the little hole. And then you are going to take the circle connecting piece that is in between my hand. You're going to loop it into that eyelet hole, and then you're going to loop the rest of the keychain onto that. And then I needed pliers to tighten it so that it wouldn't fall off. And there you have it, guys. That is what these keychains look like after they have set and you've attached the keychain. I think that they are so cute, and I hope Landon's classmates really love them. And all you have to do is repeat it for every single letter. So I did divide it out between the ones that we were going to be using and the ones that we didn't use. And then we do have to have a couple of more sets because there are more than one like L's or more than one M. So we do have to do this a couple of more times, but it is not bad at all. Look how cute these turned out, guys. I am really in love with the little color scheme that Landon picked out for all of his friends, and I think these turned out really great. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. I will be sure to link everything and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.